Today we are taking a look finally at the Masters of the Universe X Collab Thundercats-Lion-O. Let's jump right into looking at the packaging. So, of course, the little, printout on here looking very, very sweet. The figure, of course, a window with some of the accessories. The rest are behind him in the back. But here's the other side. Little artwork, very well done. I really like it. Of course, it says, "Oh Lord, oh, Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, battles back against the ancient force of evil from Third Eternia to Third Earth." Of course, you see Raw, you see Lion-O, there's an angry face. How to put the Sword of Omens in his back. And of course, his other figures wave, along with a comic book. But let's get him open and see what he's all about. Now let's look at his accessories that are not on the figure. So he's got, of course, the alternate hairpiece, which is sculpted very nicely. It's all sculpted in red plastic. There's that. You've got the open hand, which is very, very nice as well. You've got the alternate boot pieces that you clip on. Look very, very nice as well. Then you've got his alternate classic belt. The logo in there is painted very nicely, very well done. Glad to have that. And then you've got his Sword of Omens, which on one side has the eye looking like that. Very cool. You can see the black is sort of painted a little over, but it is what it is, but still. And then you've got the other side, which has the logo, which is really cool. But anyway, that's it for the accessories. Let's get into the figure itself. One more thing though, I did forget to mention was every figure comes essential, of course, with the comic book, as was on the back, and this comic is very, very nice. Very well done here. If you want to read it, you can pause it. I like leaving them open so everybody has a chance to read the comic while they can. Try to get my fingers out of the way. I'm sorry. So there's that page. Flip over. There's that page. So this is sort of the rise of Scale Raw, and Wave 2 is supposed to continue the story. So very interesting. I'll have to take a full look at that when I'm done here. But anyway, onto the figure itself. It looks like Lino. It looks what it's supposed to. Now, I do have a few nitpicks with this figure. Two things. One, the claw shield. That is not a great design for the claw shield, if I'm being honest. I'm being particularly honest with you. This claw shield is not good. I have seen some people take their Super 7 claw shields or buy some 3D printed customs and replace this one. The one issue I'll say, if you do that, you're going to have paint rubbing on this form right here. So if you want to, do it your own risk. But again, this claw shield is not good. But the other thing too, let me take this off because the hair comes off. He looks bored. And Malone sees this like he just looks bored, like out of his mind. And most time when Mattel does stern faces, they don't look like this. I think it's the eyes, the way they're painted. It doesn't look great. I mean, it could be better, and I know we're gonna get better because they announced it and showed renders on Wave 3. We're gonna get a repaint of this guy, but it's going to be cartoon accurate. It's gonna be more like the cartoon. So he'll have a much more, if the render's right, he'll have a serious face and not this. But it's not bad. I just kind of wish, unlike some people, I like it when figures have facial expressions, but at times you kind of like them having a stern face so it works for multiple pictures. But the detail in the figure is great, like the armor he's got. There, of course, this is part of this is the head skull that goes in the Eternia playset, which is a very nice callback too. There you can see the back where you slip the Sword of Omens. Of course, he's got a gauntlet. He's got a little piece there, which is very nice. And of course, he's got the MOTU styled boots with the wraps. Very well done. But let me pause here for a second. I'll switch out his parts and we'll take a look at him without him. So now that we got Lion-O in his classic gear, I will say now it's really standing out to me with the figure. His arms are really long. Like, I don't know what it is with the arms being so long, but I have heard from several people that this is one of the bodies they're going to use for the new 200X line that they're bringing out for the Origins, of course, next year that Mattel is doing. This is one of the bodies they're going to be using. So, if that indeed the case, fine, I'm fine with it. But overall, with all the parts on here, it's not that hard to switch. Well, the boots are kind of a pain to get out, but other than that, everything else comes off really simple and goes on and snaps on, pegs in really well. What I meant to say. And it looks like the classic armor. Now, again, we are getting a second variant of this, which will be with a new printed face, new coloring. It will be cartoon accurate. I don't think it'll be accurate completely because we know if you look at the Filmation stuff with He-Man, Master Universe, Mattel likes to take liberties when it comes to the look and not make it exactly 100% accurate. So, will they make it 100% accurate? I think they will when it comes to skin tone, the hair, the face, but it's all going to be reused. Everything here is going to be completely reused, just a different painted face, a skin tone. The outer lines will be on here where they're dark blue. Everything else, it's all going to be basically recolored and different face. That's it. But I'm not complaining. It'd still be good. And plus, instead of this metallic dark blue, he's going to be in gold armor. So it'll be a callback to the actual cartoon. But everything I see here with this Lion-O figure, other than the face and the long arms, he looks great. But now I do want to bring in some figures to compare with real quick. And here we are with the Filmation version of He-Man Skeletor. Having stumbled and fumbled my way through this review, I apologize, everyone. What are my thoughts about this figure? I think it's great. It's a good starting point to this line. I believe with time I've spent messing with this guy, I'm all in. I'm all in on this line. I'll definitely be reviewing more of them in the coming weeks, hopefully. But as a starter for me, as a first pickup, this is really nice. Now, could there be improvements? Yes, like I said, on the face and like on the shield, claw shield. This should have not been the look we got, but I get why, because they didn't want to do a full one around, because if they did, you would risk, of course, paint rub on the forearm. So I understand that. The peg system for the belt is kind of weird because it pegs in like through here, but this peg right here pushes up on it. So it sticks out like this. So I don't know what the deal is about that. Maybe to sand down and fix it. But overall, this guy is great. He is awesome. For 21 bucks, I could see some people complain about that price point. But you got to understand, it's because we're getting all their parts, extra pieces to make it into a regular Thundercat. So either you want him in the MOTU inspired armor or you want him without. That's your choice. Me personally, I'm going to have him displayed like this. And I'm looking forward to picking up the others as I go along. But anyway, let me know y'all's thoughts down below. Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree? Are you picking this up? Are you passing this line? Let me know down below. You know what to do, involve with everything else, everybody. As always, take care.
Plastic Man, the one, the original Elastic Man, always in great shape for the shape he's in, the fantastic Plastic Man.